Hi, how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for hopping on with us today.
For sure.
Everyone watching this is Natalie. She's in the UGC Academy. She's seen a lot of, success in her UGC journey, so we're going to break that down today. So first of all, Natalie, give a quick introduction about yourself, who you are, and how long you've been doing UGC for.
Yeah, so I'm Natalie. I've been doing UGC now for the past three-ish years. I would say kind of late 2021 is kind of when I really started looking into the world of like expanding with social media and with doing UGC as well too. Yeah, back then I wasn't really into the whole term of UGC. I was more into, oh, I could create videos too, just like on TikTok and Instagram. I could do product reviews without even knowing what UGC even was at the beginning too. And so it just kind of started evolving. With the UGC world, it's always expanding, it's always growing too. And so it's just fun kind of riding the wave of it for sure.
I'm curious, like, what were you doing before this? Like, were you working a normal 9 to 5 job, or what were you kind of doing before you became a creator?
Yeah, I was just working a normal 9 to 5 job, really. I used to be a care provider, and so that kind of really gave me a lot of free time to realize, oh, I could do a lot more things. And so, what I started doing before UGC is I actually was into the whole digital products to sell online and everything. So, I had like an Etsy shop and everything. My niche was around doing Spanish coloring books, and so it was like a digital download and everything too. So, I'm a very creative, perfect person, and so doing something like that really kind of excited me to learn more about what else I could do in the digital space as well too.
So, digital product background, what are you currently doing right now? Like, do you currently work a job? Are you a part-time creator, full-time creator? Break that down for us.
Yeah, and so I work a full part I work a full job too. And so 9 to 5 as well as I do GC on the side as well too. But I have been really trying to lean it more to having my job be more part-time and then UGC part-time as well too. And so it's just kind of a slow kind of turn and everything too. So hopefully soon I'll be a full-time creator, but just at the moment it's kind of just split in the middle half and half.
And then, how long have you been in the UGC space total?
Total, I would say probably since 2023. I would really consider myself being like UGC creators in 2023.
My question to you is now, like, okay, your journey seems a little bit like dynamic, right, when it comes to like what you did for a job, and then also what you're doing right now, and then your digital product background. So, and you've been a creator for a bit now, right? So can you walk me through like how it all started?
Yeah, so how it started, I would say there was that app called Flip, and where you can create product reviews and everything. And so I really got onto that for sure. And I was just creating videos just for fun. And then little did I know, I'm making money off of it. I'm getting like thousands of views on it. People are actually buying the products that I've been promoting to. And so it was a good little way for me to learn more about how to be professional on camera rather than kind of hiding behind the screen doing digital products too. And like I said, I'm a very creative person too, and I love learning about the whole video editing side of everything. I love learning about everything that UGC has to offer too. So it was just kind of a path to UGC, and I've been doing this steadily for a couple years now too, and I would love to start evolving more as a UGC creator and become that full-time creator as well too. And so it was just kind of just, during the pandemic and everything too, it just was a way for me to express myself too as well.
And then what essentially, like, from digital products to UGC, what exposed you to UGC? Was it just like scrolling on TikTok and seeing like the gurus and influencers like flex that they're getting free PR, right? Or like, what was that moment for you?
Yeah, so I would say definitely on that Flip app, I would just see creators just killing it on there. And I think one creator that was my first initial person to introduce what UGC was Tran. And so I started following her on Instagram and everything too. And I just was looking through her videos, saying just like, oh, I can actually do this too. And so I wasn't really falling for the whole like, I'm a mentor, I'm a guru, I can do X, Y, and Z. And so I was just like, oh, I can do it too without needing other people's advice too. And so definitely her help really helped out a lot too, for sure, just seeing how she could do it. And it boosted my confidence as well too to do that.
And I guess, like, what was your, okay, what was your strategy back then, and how were you like approaching brands besides like that flip app that you were talking about?
Yeah, and so definitely after the Flip app, I realized, oh, I need to actually make this like a business. I can't just like reach out to brands and say, hey, I want free products and I can make a cute video. I wanted to transform my mindset, especially to from just, oh, a fun little, quick 30-second review I could do on the Flip app. And I can actually really be more dynamic and be more involved. I've seen people do UGC for ads and everything too, and so then I also realized, oh, I need to also learn about ad strategies too. And so I actually completed a Google certification as well too about digital marketing and everything too. So I have that background as well too. And so that really helped me out as well too, where I invested in the class specifically for digital marketing as well too. And then with digital marketing after that, I had a lot more exposure to the UGC world and learning more about how how ads are created just as a person, instead of in a full photo shoot setup and everything too, and a whole professional background. I realized I could do it here too with my knowledge as well too. Like I know how to talk to brands and everything too, so that really helped me out too.
And then how long did you realize, like at the beginning, like everyone has an interesting upbringing when it comes to UGC. So it's like and different backgrounds and everything like that. So how long, before you realized it wasn't as easy as like, it kind of appeared online to be?
I would say pretty instantly. I definitely had like a lot of like self-confidence issues and like promoting myself and to make myself be like, "Oh, you should like be like I should be a UGC creator for your company." I realized I needed to switch that mindset, and so it was definitely hard. It was a hard truth at the beginning realizing, "Oh, I'm like a nobody." And so I wanted to become like a professional at it too. And I'm very like a perfectionism person. So I really wanted to try and invest and learn more about what other people are doing as well too. And so it definitely was hard at first. And so I was not getting as many collabs as I was back then, that's for sure.
What
I
made
would
you
say maybe.
what made you realize that like, hey, something needed to switch? You weren't generating the collabs, you didn't have that confidence, you weren't treating it like a business. What was that pivotal moment that made you realize, wow, I do need to switch this up. I need to treat it like a business?
Yeah, and I think what really switched up for me was my mindset. I was like, okay, should I actually do this? I had to have that conversation with myself. It's like I have to treat this like a business. And I would say once I started seeing that, oh, I can diverge off of Flip and seeing if I could do this as like a remote job and everything too, I had really had to sit down with myself and really also schedule out that time blocks throughout the day too to make sure that I can do it as well too and give it that full investment in myself as well too. And so it took a long time for sure, but I would say definitely recently in this past year, I for sure said it was skyrocketing for sure.
So like what changed? Like how did you like find out about like a different approach?
Definitely through like different platforms, especially through like Reddit and Instagram, have definitely helped me. I like learning through other people as well too, and learning about their advice too. And that's kind of where I met you as well too via Reddit, and just seeing like I need to change my mindset. Other people are making, 5, 10 grand doing this. If I want to be in that same ballpark, then I would have to also really step it up as well too. I need that accountability on me as well too, and that's something they didn't have beforehand. I had no accountability. I was just kind of just doing this on the side for fun, and so I realized I don't want to do this for fun. I want to do this like for real. And I think really seeing how other people's progress through as well too with UGC, it built a lot more confidence in me knowing that I can do it as well too. So I like that community as well too has really helped me out.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then how did you like find out about me? Like, do you recall any like specific advice or piece of content that you read from mine where you thought like, wow, like okay, that totally makes sense. That's a new perspective that I should definitely try out.
Yeah, and so funny enough, I actually have it bookmarked actually a while ago. And so it was the one on Reddit literally titled, let me pull it up. If my life was on the line and I had to make $5,000 in the next 30 days with UGC, here's exactly how I would do it step by step. And I was like, that is great advice. So I read through it all, and I think I found out about your school as well too. And I was just like, this is something that I want to be reading as well too to keep me motivated.
Why did it switch your mind so much? Like, why was it so impactful to you?
I would say the urgency. I would definitely say that urgency message that you had with like the if my life was on the line kind of urgency. I love that. And it was something that I was kind of going through as well too, some financial struggles too. And I was like, okay, well, I'm learning a lot and I can definitely see myself doing these exact steps in 30 days.
Is there anything from that post or anything in the past that made you realize, like, yo, like, I've been doing this all wrong?
I would honestly just seeing like Reddit posts for sure, and I'm not too sure really what caught me to like have that mind switch is like, oh, things have to change right now. So I like seeing people's journeys as well too, and being that vulnerable aspect as well too, and just learning from other people. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's beautiful that you're very receptive to like how people, like, other people think, right? Like, okay, maybe someone else can be right, right? And maybe other people have different perspectives that work for them, right? That's beautiful as a creator to open your mind to that fact. So I guess, like, can you explain for the viewers watching this video right now, can you explain that shift, that mindset shift for people who might be where you were?
Yeah, definitely. And so it was just kind of seeing how other people were totally killing it and then kind of not comparing myself in a way too, but still seeing, oh, I can do it too. Like it was encouraging in my opinion. And so the way that I was thinking, it was encouraging enough to where I wanted to take the action to do it. And I've been doing this for years and not getting anywhere close to what these people have been doing in a shorter time frame. And so that was just like a, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And so it was a complete, like, let's just erase everything that I was doing and shed that whole old UGC creator mentality with me and just changing it and having a better mentality and treating it like a business and making sure I clock in every day, make sure I read my emails, make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm dotting my I's, crossing my T's, really just like getting on top of it. And the accountability too has really helped me out with that mindset, because I could easily just be like, I don't want to do it today. But I have that mindset now where it's like, it's my job. It's my job and I will do it. I'm a very hard worker too. I kind of pride myself on that as well too. And so I've been seeing, me getting a lot more collabs just based on that mindset shift for sure.
Okay, a mindset shift is one thing, but the action that you put in and the difference between the action that you put in now and the action that you put in before is what kind of shifts it, right? So, like, what was your action after that mindset shift? What did you start inputting? What did you start shifting in your UGC career that made you, more successful, like you said?
Yeah, I would definitely say like optimization for sure has really helped out with my, I made sure like my computer setup is great. I made sure to have everything bookmarked. I made sure to really do tab groups and I really made sure to realize, oh, at 9 a.m. I'm gonna clock in. I will have my routine going as well too. And I made sure to optimize everything. I made sure to look at my portfolio all over again and completely scratch off everything because I could easily just, keep just adding stuff to my portfolio without making it look nice. I want to also be in the mindset of like a brand as well too. Like, oh, if a brand sees this, what are they gonna think? And so I like to, change that perspective as well too, and really, make sure that I am treating this as a business really. And so definitely optimization with everything, my social medias, everything, and just even just optimizing my daily life as well too with that calendar idea too, the Google calendars. I've optimized my whole schedules in a day too, based on, UGC to make sure I have enough time to do it as well too.
And that's beautiful that you started to, like, really, really lock in. And I mean, it's no coincidence that you see better results, right? So, even for the brand owners watching this, like, what would you say to brand owners watching this podcast right now? Like, how would you describe your services and your specialty and your niche and, like, why brands should choose you?
Yeah, I would love to answer that. So I'm pretty nicheless, I would say. I've been doing a lot of different niches. I've done experiences too. I can really do everything. And definitely with my services, I would love to actually help the brand to understand why they need UGC in the first place. Like they could see it online and say, "Oh, I might need that." But then I could also help and really encourage them and like let them know why it's used and let them know we can do anywhere from like top of funnel and making sure that they know everything that could benefit them especially. And I really like to do whole audits as well too. And so even if they're looking, if they don't know anything about UGC too, I can really explain to them about their ROIs, how it can greatly benefit and everything too. And so I've learned all these terms as well too to kind of be a partner with the brand especially as well too. Because I don't want to just be like a one and done kind of creator. I love fostering relationships. I love building that connection as well too, and seeing them grow as well too. No matter big or small, it doesn't care.
What specific results have you generated for brands so far?
So I've been getting a couple retainers as well too, especially like social medias and everything too. I love reaching back out to brands as well too, especially to see how my video has been going too as well too. And so it's been really nice just getting that feedback and everything too, and also just still being that partner for them as well
Do you have any like results on top of your head?
that I would love to have to actually show the proof as well too.
With that being said, like what kind of brands like do you, or I guess like what brands have you worked with in the past?
Yeah, so I've worked with one that came up to my mind is a swimsuit brand. So they reached out to me in February and I created a UGC video for them and I gave them hooks and all the raw footage. And they just recently reached back out to me as well too, asking for another kind of style video because their swimsuit, it's a very niche specific swimsuit. So it's like a has like a flotation kind of situation going on, and so you're able to wear the swimsuit and be able to float in the water and everything too. And so they wanted me to do another video in the summertime as well too to kind of get that more beachy summer like feel as well too. And they always give me great feedback too.
And then even so for like the growth of your business, like understanding like how you're landing these collabs would be very beneficial for anyone maybe watching this video. So you're pitching, like I imagine that changed dramatically too as you're like changing your mindset around like turning from a UGC creator to a UGC business owner, right? So like how is like how is pitching changed? I assume you're sending more volume.
Yeah, and so I have been sending more volumes, but really where I get the biggest amount of collabs is actually inbounds via different platforms. So definitely my favorite is UDigi. I have gotten a lot of collabs from there. I'm definitely one of their top creators in the US as well too on that platform. And so I get a lot of people, I get a lot of inbounds. I would say I've probably even gotten about 5 inbounds this past week just from there, and so I've really had to make sure to really showcase all my best work and everything too. And then just also via that website, I was able to foster more retainers. And that's where that swimsuit company came from as well too. And so it's just extra retainers, just the way to build that relationship better. And so it's funny, it's not a lot of volume really that I haven't really putting out myself. I've been starting more on optimizing more things like my LinkedIn, on my Instagram, and so I can showcase that as well too, as well. And so I really haven't done a lot of like outbounds anymore. Really, it's just mainly inbound, specifically from like a couple, and then same with Reddit too. I've been getting quite a lot too,
What are
and
you doing
Upwork.
like around like these platforms and like even around posting content and everything like that that's getting so many inbounds for you? Like what's the cause of that?
I would just say just I always make sure that my videos are they're great. I would say that they are always whenever I post a video, I make sure to put it back on that website so it's always updated, fresh. And I would say even with my LinkedIn too, I've been making sure to always do the same thing and to start commenting on other people's posts too to really get my name out there, especially too in their UGC space as well.
So do you feel like you're speaking to like qualified decision makers and like brands now instead of like customer support managers or
Yeah, and so that's what I've been enjoying about like these specific platforms is I'm speaking to the main marketing person, marketing director, marketing executive as well too. And I do have some marketing background as well too. So I would say even on places like LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, and on Upwork, where I have to submit like proposals and everything too. I really make sure to also be in that marketing mindset too, because some of them are also just like CEOs as well too, who don't have a lot of marketing knowledge. And so that's where I kind of hop in as well too, to kind of also be like a marketing sidekick as well too, that I can also help them with UGC as well and just kind of foster that relationship.
So how are you like positioning yourself now? Like I remember back then you were like competing in very saturated niches. So how do you separate yourself now, and like what untapped opportunities are you taking advantage of now?
And so I would just say my video styles have been changing as well too, to really focus on more of the standard ad structure of a video compared to just, aesthetic videos. So I would say my video production has improved, my video editing has improved, and so I've learned a lot on how to make it more ad focused, because that's what, UGC really is. It's about creating ads or organic videos to really, make viewers into buyers. It's not just about just fun, pretty videos. It's that mindset too that I have whenever I create videos, how it's different.
And what kind of helped you understand that and implement this?
Yeah, I would even say learning from other coaches, especially on your community that I'm in the UGCA Academy. I've also learned a lot from the coaches as well too, how they have different backgrounds and how they have their own agencies and what they're looking for, especially too. And so I love learning from people who've done this before in the past and are now, CEOs of their own creative agencies as well too. And so just learning from other people has really helped me out to implement that into what I'm doing.
How has it helped to like negotiate with brand owners? I feel like most UGC creators can't negotiate and they're like scared of speaking with brands.
Yeah, and I was definitely in that same boat too. I just recently got a great $500 collab for 2 videos. And so at first they were just saying, oh, we don't, we think it's a bit too high. And so I made sure to let them know, like, you'll be getting X, Y, and Z as well. Like, I'm always on call for you guys too, no matter what. If you have any questions at all too, if I have any questions for you, I'm very responsive as well too. I want to make sure that everything is what you wanted to as well. I'll give you that whole UGC structure, and I will kind of take the reins really if needed, especially if it's one of their first times too, because sometimes brands just don't really know too much, and they're kind of not expecting what I would put out, I guess, if that makes any sense.
And what was like your experience going through like the role plays and learning proper negotiation strategies? Like, did they help your business and with like even landing this past like $500 collab that you mentioned?
Yeah, it really helped me out a lot too, just kind of doing like mock interviews too, because I'm definitely nervous on camera, meeting people too, but it's all about the confidence. You have to be confident on what you can put out.
Increased your confidence and made you feel more prepared on these calls?
Yeah, I would agree that. Yep.
So even like about the content creation, you're talking about, okay, how I'm creating content and what I'm putting in the content. So what about the actual content creation? Like how did you approach that differently before versus after?
Yeah, and so how I would use to create UGC videos back then is I wouldn't consider anything at all about how to change the viewers into buyers. I was just thinking it's a product, here you go, look at this, and that's it. And it was just a face level, very surface level kind of video that had no diversity, nothing like that at all too. And so now what I have been doing to switch that from the basic boring videos that I wouldn't even consider UGC videos anymore at this point, to full on professional UGC videos that convert, is that mindset and my background as well too in marketing, how I understand what ads are and how UGC can be different than just regular ads that major companies create, and the difference between the audience as well too. And I make sure to really understand their target audience. I make sure to understand everything about that company first. And I really make sure that my videos have a very specific, time frame, a very specific layout that is proven to work with ads.
And what other systems do you currently use in your business right now?
And so for systems, I do have like a CRM. And so I always make sure to do a deadline. I make sure to give revisions as well too. And so I always learn more about video editing as well too, to always keep up with UGC because it's always evolving as well too. So I'm not going to continue on creating videos that have worked a year ago. I want to make sure that even now it's going to work and something's going to change throughout the year for sure too. And to always stay on top of everything UGC wise and what works like now, especially instead of what worked back then, what worked 2 years ago, 3 years ago is completely different than works now.
For sure. And even like even brushing our teeth is a system, right? So I guess like what things do you do every single day that you the inputs that you put in every single day and you repeat them every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I always make sure to keep in contact with a brand too. And I always make sure to, if I have multiple collabs, to always make sure that if I have multiple collabs going on, if deadlines are kind of around the same time, to always dedicate my time to the one that I need to get done that has the shortest deadline. And so I always want to make sure to get that one done first too. And so I always make sure to try to block out schedules in my day too as well. So I block out schedules and I always make sure to give myself a couple hours, just one to film, to edit, and to always communicate if there's any delays or if I have any questions, especially about the product too. And so it always gives me that time as well too. And so I really try to treat this as a business. And so always am communicative as well too about, oh, if this UGC video isn't going to work out for you, then what else can I do as well too?
And obviously like you have like insider information now like that most creators don't really have, right? So how does it feel like to have access to a bunch of other coaches and professionals in the community who are actively hiring these UGC creators? Like for example, like Alexander or Will, like the brand owners, or even like Emily, the creative agency owner, or like, you know, Mike and Jared. Jared's a SaaS company owner and a Hollywood actor, right? Like, does that give you a fresh new perspective coming from like the people who are actively like hiring these UGC creators?
Oh, of course. Yeah, I can definitely see the difference between how they present themselves compared to how other people can present themselves too before. I'm always kind of like the stalker person on Reddit. Like I would like to go through other people's portfolios too and kind of see what they're doing as well too. And I love the UGCA Academy too because I get to learn because they've done it beforehand and they have, kind of risen the ranks as well too. And they've kind of mastered it. I would definitely say they've mastered it 100% too. And I look up to them. I always follow them and I always take notes too whenever they're posting new videos too about what they are doing and how it's gonna perform for sure. And so I always like to, I've even been texting a couple too, just via WhatsApp if I have any questions too. And so they've really been responsive and really helpful as well too. So it feels great having insider knowledge, honestly. It makes my confidence boost like 10 times. And I feel like a business owner.
What are some of your biggest takeaways from learning from advanced brand owners, creative agency owners, actors, and other professionals in the space?
Yeah, definitely my biggest takeaway is UGC is always evolving, and so it's never going to be the same. And I've learned that my mindset definitely needed to have changed years ago to compare to now. And I understand really what they're actually looking for, what creative agencies are looking for, what brands are looking for in UGC specifically. Because, like I said beforehand, like I always thought creating just fun little product reviews is what a UGC video is, but it's not. It's not at all. It is two separate worlds apart for sure. And so knowing that this is what actually they're looking for really helped me out to gain that confidence as well too, and to really kind of set my mind on like a good like business path.
In UGC on TikTok and like everything is portrayed as this like make 10K per month, right? In a month, maybe like a boss babe, trend and receive a bunch of like your favorite makeup for free. But obviously, like you're learning like from real business owners. So, how do you feel like your mindset specifically has changed during this process?
Yeah, I would say my mindset has changed just based on, like it's not just a company I'm sending a message to who's saying like, "Hey, I want free products and I can make a video for it." Like I understand that is never going to work out and that they're looking for someone who can help them as a company as well too, who can also be a part of their company pretty much. And so I really had that mindset change of like, oh, I can't just like ask for free products and get money, you know. I have to really put the work in. I have to really treat this as a business for sure too. And so it took a long time, but here I am now, and I've been seeing a lot of growth because of this mindset change.
And you went from thinking like a UGC creator to like a strategist. So how has that like impacted you?
Yeah, it's really gained me a lot of confidence in reaching out to brands too, so I can say like I know what you're looking for, and we can chat about it too. So just in case, just in case it's changing through different, whether it's different niches or anything like that too, it's definitely something that we can work around as well too. And knowing that like I'm a strategist as well too can really help out as well too, and just kind of be that partner for them.
And like, what about as like an individual, like from thinking like a UGC creator to a business owner, like how has that impacted you like personally?
I would say I've been getting a lot more confidence in like telling people like what I do. I have a couple coworkers who have never even heard what UGC even is. And so I actually have to talk to them. I said, hey, this is actually what I'm doing. It's pretty much like my own business, what I'm doing right now. I help create ads for businesses, and it's not like I'm, just promoting like a product for fun. Like I treat this as a business as well too, and so that's really helped me out a lot too, especially in getting that great feedback too from companies I have worked with in the past too. So I have that like rapport as well too. So I have like multiple brands kind of saying like, hey, she's actually great. She knows what she's doing, X, Y, and Z has really helped me out to get that confidence boost and to make me want to keep going with this.
For sure. And then like even about like your first milestone with all of this stuff, like how did it feel to land your first like paid brand deal in the program?
It felt great, honestly, because definitely I had the talk with my husband about joining the academy. I was saying like, do you think this would really be worth it? Would this really could I see growth within like a couple months? And so at first I was for sure a little uneasy, like, well, I know there's a lot better creators than I am, but I didn't want to have that mindset anymore. And so I've kind of changed that mindset. I was like, it's, there's a lot more, people can eat more. I like that saying that you have where it's like it's not just for the top creators or anything like that. Businesses are looking for such diverse people as well too, and so that's really helped me out to kind of gain that confidence, I would say.
And what was like your biggest milestone in the academy so far?
Yeah, so I would even say just that recent $500 collab I just received, and I went on a call with them and everything too, and so that really helped cement them. And I had to actually explain to like what UGC is and how it can best benefit them as well too. And so it really gained that kind of like personal connection as well too.
And how is like even like personally, like on a personal level, how has UGC like completely changed your life?
I would say it's given me a lot more freedom, especially too. I love being creative, and so it's a really great creative outlet for me as well too. And I've learned a lot more about video editing. I've learned a lot more about ads in general and like what people are viewing and how they're buying, and just learning different personas as well too. It's really exciting, honestly, seeing that whole other side of marketing that I had no idea about. And it's always changing, and I'm always up to learn more.
And how does it feel like to make money online with UGC? I feel like it's a gap for people transitioning into like online business, and you're able to be profitable with this.
Yeah, I mean, it feels great, honestly. It's definitely like it's a mind, it's a mind changer for sure, knowing like, oh my God, I did this. I did this. Like, look my PayPal account. I just got $100 from me making, like a 30-second video. It was fun. And so it was just the confidence booster too. And knowing how to shift your mindset to really be a professional, and instead of just like, just wanting to do it for fun. And so it's getting a lot of confidence for me as well too, seeing how other brands are reacting to my past videos, because I do get a lot of inbound saying that they've seen my previous work and that they love it and that they want kind of similar videos for what they're looking for as well too. And so knowing that I have like a great little like path, that's really helped me out too.
And what's like different about your day-to-day life now compared to like when you were struggling?
I would still say that freedom, especially too. So I just moved to Phoenix, Arizona less than a year ago. And so I love to learn more, especially too. And so definitely my day-to-day life has changed. I have a lot more freedom, but I also like the routine that I have of sitting down, having my coffee, and doing my UGC work. Whether it's just admin tasks, whether it's editing, whether it's filming, I do like having that routine in my day too, because it's like a it's like a great little booster. I like knowing that I'm doing work that will pay off eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of just like working a 9 to 5 job and then coming home feeling tired and just wanting to eat and go to sleep and then rinse and repeat, I didn't like that cycle of rinse and repeat at all. And so with UGC, I don't have that anymore. It's always something new, it's always something that's changing. I'm always learning too, especially now I'm getting more into writing scripts for brands. And so learning about that side as well too has really helped me out a lot too.
And then, like, what's next for you? Like, what are your goals with UGC, and where do you see this going for yourself?
Yeah, so definitely a goal for UGC is to kind of keep where I'm at right now. I would like to do more outbounds for sure and to kind of niche down because it's kind of hard sometimes if I'm doing, app niches, but then I'm doing like fashion niches. I like to really kind of just streamline it a little bit more. And regarding where UGC will take me. I would love to continue on doing UGC, and in a perfect world, I would love it to evolve eventually to me working in marketing for a major business or something similar like that, or doing social media for a business kind of locally as well too. That would definitely be a dream of mine as well too, and to have that background already as well too of what digital marketing is and how it's changed and what is going to work in 2025.
And then you mentioned a ton about like, yo, it's evolving. Like UGC is evolving. It's 2025. It's not 2020 anymore. UGC is different. Like, how do you see the UGC industry evolving moving forward?
I would definitely say it's definitely gonna be more. Man, it's kind of hard because now they're doing more like street interview style UGCs, podcast style UGCs, and so it's definitely something that I would love to get into. But then that would mean extra space, extra items to get, extra X, Y, and Z, and so it's just always just seeing what would work and to just make that leap. Really, I would say.
Background noise. Got to mute myself. But what would you kind of tell yourself, someone that's in your shoes, right? That was in your shoes, like that's in your shoes now, where you were like 18 months ago. Like, what advice would you give them?
Wow, so I would say with someone in my footsteps back then, I would say just to keep doing it. Honestly, to keep learning more as well too, instead of just, always just like hoping one day you'll get that inbound from a big company. Like you have to work for it as well too. You have to continue learning and continue growing as well too, and to really make it a business instead of just making it as like a free time hobby, and to just do some more research, learn more about what other people have done in the past too, and learn from coaches like you guys seriously, because that's really helped me out a ton for sure, learning from everyone.
And how important was having that coaching and mentorship for your transformation?
I would say it was a big difference. I would say extremely honestly because I never had someone to like go over my videos for, and so I never had that accountability. I never had that community to really kind of show or like tell me like I love this video but X, Y, and Z might need to be changed. I like also learning from other people too, especially, and just reading through like mindset changes and everything too has really helped me out a lot. So definitely I have, even these past couple months, I would say my mindset's even changed for sure in these past couple months too.
And I guess, like, in the UGC Academy, how long have you been here?
Since June.
June. So just a June, July, so about 2 months.
Yeah, I would say about 2 months.
And then what, like, how much progress did you make in the academy versus like outside of the academy when you're a UGC creator for years?
Yeah, I made a lot of progress. It was like one, two, three, go, kind of for me too. I learned about how to automate, cold pitches. I learned about everything seriously, about what people look for in my portfolio, especially too, because little things like that I had no idea about. I was just like, my portfolio looks good. Yeah, let's just hope for the best. But in reality, like hoping for it isn't really going to get you progress that you were kind of expecting, and then you're kind of getting that whole self doubt again, knowing like, oh, it's not working, it's not working. But in reality, it's just you got to learn what specifically they're looking for, especially. And so it's just all about that brand owner mindset and what brands are looking for. I think has been the big change for me. Instead of just like, oh, my videos are good, but is that really what the brand wants, you know? Because I never had that kind of talk. I'm not in like UGC groups or anything like that, like I was back then. So I had no one to really kind of hold me accountable and kind of to, help me with my questions or anything like that either, too.
And would you recommend this path to like anyone else?
Oh, definitely, I would. I would. There's a lot of great advice on this academy for sure too, and you get that accountability and you get that community effort as well too, so it feels like you're not alone. Because definitely with like UGC, it's a remote job, and so you feel alone sometimes, and you might have that self doubt of like, oh, I don't know if this video is gonna perform well enough, and so you'll have that community to kind of back you up as well too, and so if you have just like silly questions too, you can always ask. And that academy has a lot of great information on how to start, even if you're a new beginner, and you can do it for sure.
And I guess like how do you feel about like the investment you made in your education?
Yeah, I think it's always important to invest too, just like what I said, how I invested in that Google digital marketing course and everything too. That's helped me out exponentially. And then same with this course too, it's helped me out exponentially. Like I've already am close to hitting my $2,000 already in this month, which I've never had before ever. And so I've already seen that skyrocket from my mindset change and how it's helping me evolve into a better UGC creator than I was in the past.
And then can you dig into like where revenue wise like your UGC business is now compared to before you joined?
Yeah, so I would say before I first joined, I would say I would be getting maybe anywhere from 500 to 1,000 a month. It wasn't like it was mainly through retainers, through just like religiously going through all the different platforms and putting in that extra work as well too. And so it was a lot more work on my end, and so for not a lot of money, I would say. And so I've also learned that I was doing like gifted collabs and everything too, just like thinking like, oh, it's great for my portfolio. But now I've shifted that change now to where I realize like I'm running a business here, like I want to get paid for my work as well too, especially. So I'm not accepting like gifted collabs anymore either, and it's just mainly just really understanding how it is to be a UGC creator owner, like a business owner especially. And now where I'm at, I would say I'm easily going to be getting like 1 to 2K just streamlined now on, seriously.
So you were at, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were around that 500 to 1K a few months ago, or a couple months ago, and now you're at that 1 to 2K per month just a couple months later.
Yeah, exactly. So it's been nice, honestly. It's a nice steady like incline for sure.
Do you feel like it's going to keep inclining for you?
I do agree. I do agree with that, especially with my knowledge now too, and how to hold retainers too, and how to really get that relationship going with companies too has really helped me out with getting my retainers. Is just always just kind of being like their like marketing partner as well too, instead of just like a normal one-off UGC creator. So I learned how to pivot myself to become more of like their strategist, marketing strategist, and helping them with UGC videos as well too. And so I can definitely see myself, getting 3, 4K already here in these next couple months too as well. And it's just gonna be kind of like that progress that I would just need to keep on doing as well too, and to really just, you know, be a person to a brand, and but also help them as well too, has really helped out with that change.
Yeah, and that's very motivating. Like your journey, like you were stuck in that 500 to 1,000 range for how long?
I would say since just, I would say January. So January until June, I would say I was for sure pretty stuck on 500.
So I guess like what would, for the viewers watching this, like what was your biggest doubt before making the commitment into yourself, and what would you say to others who may be dealing with like a similar thing or a similar struggle?
Yeah, I would say definitely it's that mindset change of like, oh, it could be easy just to do your 9 to 5 job. Yeah, sure. It's easy, it's repetitive. You know how to do it, but is it really going to be beneficial to you later down the line? Like, are you going to feel good about yourself to, like, if you're just like doing like a boring retail job for years and years and years and not really kind of expanding on your self growth as well too, just in general, I would say too, has really been another great perk about being a UGC creator is you get to learn more about yourself too, and about your what you can actually do, and you feel more confident as well too, especially about what you're doing, and you're learning more. And I love learning more and more things too. And so definitely it's great for people who love to learn. And I would say it's definitely been a great investment in just me as well too as a person.
100%. Well, I've really enjoyed this conversation so far. And I learned a lot about like your specific journey about UGC. Everyone's journey is different, right? Everyone takes information different, but it sounds like you had a ton of like pivotal moments around your mindset, around your business, and around like all of this combined, which led you to increase a business or in an increase of income, right? So with that being said, Natalie, where can people like find you on social media?
Yeah, so my main two are definitely LinkedIn and Instagram. And so on Instagram, my username is creative.natalie. And both of the words at the end with the E, it's going to be two E's. So it's creative with an extra E, dot Natalie with an extra E.
Well, anyone watching this, go hit up Natalie. She has great content in her feed. Definitely someone to look up to in the UGC space, and she's grown so much from where she was. And yeah, thanks so much, Natalie, for hopping on with us.
Of course. Thank you again, Gloria, for letting me do this conversation with you. It's really fun. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.